Hello all. Today we shall study about matrices, which is part of Unit 3 Maths and AI in class 11. Throughout the chapter, we are using two words, either matrix or matrices. So matrix is the singular form and matrices is the plural form. Now let us understand what exactly is a matrix. Now I have taken this information about three people who bought a certain number of oranges and apples, and portrayed it like this. So Ron bought 12 oranges and 5 apples. Harry bought 10 oranges and 7 apples. And Neville bought 5 oranges and 2 apples. So this information I can portray it like this in a note format, or I could portray it in a rectangular format in rows and columns. So a matrix is nothing but a rectangular arrangement of numbers. So if you see, row 1 denotes the number of apples and oranges which Ron bought, that is 12 and 5 respectively. Row 2 denotes the number of oranges and apples that Harry bought, and row 3 denotes the number of oranges and apples that Neville bought. And the numbers are enclosed within square brackets, which is mandatory because these square brackets only tell that it is a matrix. Now, let us understand what is the order of the matrix. Any matrix has to be expressed in the form of rows into columns. So, this is denoted by m into n, where m stands for the number of rows and n stands for the number of columns. So, in this example, if you see, we have 3 rows and 2 columns. So, we say that the order is 3 by 2. We don't have to multiply here. The order is always written as rows into columns. So, this is a 3 by 2 matrix. When we want to find out the number of elements, then we can multiply the order. So 3 into 2 would be 6, which you can count here also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 elements. So let us do this question. What is the order of the following matrix? If you see here, M is the number of rows. So we have 3 rows, and N is the number of columns. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So this becomes M into N, that is 3 by 4 matrix. Individual elements are also denoted by A, I, J. So I stands for row and J stands for column. How it is portrayed? You can see this here. I can take any capital letter and denote it as the matrix. So this is the matrix P, which is denoted by these numbers, and the elements are denoted as A11, that is first element in the first row and the first column. A12, this is again first row and second column. A13, so first row and third column. Then we come to the second row. So this is the number 7 is A21. So this is second row and first column. A22, so this becomes the second row and second column. And A23, so this element is second row and third column. So this is how each individual element is denoted in a matrix. We shall also learn about the types of matrices. We have something called as a row matrix, which has only one row. So for example, I've given here A is equal to 2, 4, 5. So this has one row and 3 columns. So the order is 1 by 3, 1 into 3. And column matrix, which has only one column. So if you see here, this has one column only but 3 rows. Then we have something called as the square matrix. We will be working exhaustively on square matrix when we come to determinants. So square matrix is one which has equal number of rows and columns. So if you see here, this is a square matrix. It has 3 rows and 3 columns. And since m is equal to n, so we can also write the order as m into m. So this is a 3 by 3 matrix. Then we have something called as a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix is that a matrix having all elements as 0 except for the diagonal elements. Now this diagonal is also called the leading diagonal or the primary diagonal. A different version of the diagonal matrix is the scalar matrix, in which all the elements of the matrix are 0 except for the diagonal elements which are equal. So if you see here, all the elements of the diagonals are equal to each other and the remaining elements are 0. Another version of this is the unit matrix or the identity matrix, where the diagonal elements are 1 and the other elements are 0. So let's do a question. So I have the matrix here, and you have to tell me the corresponding elements, that is A23, A11, and A31. Let us find out these elements. So A23 would be second row and third column. So this is the second row and the third column is this. So this is the element 2. A11 would be the first row and the first column. So this is 7 is A11, and A31 again is third row and the first column, so -3. -3 is A31. So this is quite simple. Let's now talk about the various operations that we can perform on matrices. The first and foremost is addition of matrices. Now, in order to perform addition on two matrices, there is a rule which says that the matrices should be of the same order, and if they are of the same order, only then the matrices can be added. So if you see here, I've taken two matrices A and B, which are of the same order, that is 3 by 2. So we can perform addition on these two matrices. Now, how do we do the addition? We take the respective elements and add them. So we'll take 2 and 1 here. So 2 plus 1, 4 plus 0, 6 plus -2, 8 plus 7, and 7 plus 3, and 5 plus 4. So here, and then perform the calculations, and then you get this answer. So it's quite simple. The same way difference of matrices can be done. In this also we have the same rule, that matrices of the same order can be subtracted. So here we have two matrices A and B which are of the same order, that is 2 by 3, and so we can perform subtraction on these matrices. How do we do the subtraction? We subtract the corresponding elements. So this is 1 minus 3, 2 minus -2, 3 minus 3, 2 minus -1, 3 minus 0, and 0 minus -2. Again, we perform the calculations and we get this answer: -2, 4, 0, 3, 3, and 2. And if you see here, this is a 2 by 3 matrix, this is a 2 by 3 matrix. We get the answer also as a 2 by 3 matrix. So the order in addition and difference subtraction will not change. You will get the same order as your question. Now let us do some questions here. So if a matrix has 6 elements, what are the possible orders that it can have? So if you have 6 elements, that means I can have 4 possible orders. How do I do that? I can take a 6 by 1 matrix or a 1 by 6 matrix. Then I can take the factors of 6 and then I can make a matrix out of that. So I can have a 2 by 3 matrix and a 3 by 2 matrix. So if you see here, I can have 4 possible orders. Now the next question that we have talks about how you can construct a matrix from a given condition. So here I have construct a 3 by 2 matrix whose elements are given by the condition Aij is equal to 2i divided by j. So how do you construct this matrix? We already know that we have to construct a 3 by 2 matrix. So that means the number of rows should be 3 and the number of columns should be 2, and the number of elements of course is 6. So we have that in mind. Now let us start the construction. We go by the elements only. So the first element is A11. So now we just substitute the value in place of I and j. So here I and j are 1 and 1. So we will give 2 into 1, that is 2i. So 2 into 1 divided by 1, so that is 2. Then I calculate A12. So that is 2 into 1, I is 1. Now j is 2, so divided by 2, so I get the answer 1. Now that means I have 2 columns, so my 2 elements are complete. I go to the next row now. So I take A to 1, again substitute the values. I is now 2, so 2 into 2 divided by j, that is 1, so that is equal to 4. A22 would be 2 into 2 divided by 2, because both I and j are 2 in this case, that is equal to 2. And A31 is equal to 2 into 3 divided by 1, that is 6. And A32, here I is 3 and j is 2, so 2i would be 2 into 3 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. Now, just write the elements that you have found in matrix form. So, we can give a matrix like P is equal to, and I have just substituted the elements 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3. So, here I have them 2, 1, 4, 2, 6, 3. So, this is how you can construct a matrix from a given condition. Now, the third question talks about you have three matrices and you have to perform the addition and the subtraction on them. So that is quite simple. So let us do it here only. So I have to perform a plus b. So I will add the corresponding elements. So a plus b would be 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 3, 5, 3 plus 2 would again be 5, and 4 plus minus 5 would be minus 1. So this is very simple. Again, if I have to perform a minus c, the order of the matrices are the same. So I can do that. So I have 1 minus minus 2, that is 1 plus 2, that becomes 3. 2 minus 5 becomes minus 3, 3 minus 3 becomes 0, and 4 minus 4 becomes 0 again. So, since we've studied so much about matrices, let us understand how matrices are being used in AI. Matrices are being used in AI in sales forecasting. For forecasting, it is being used by companies to predict their sales, the price prediction of any product. In image processing, the pixels, if you know, the tiny dots which form the core or basis of any image, the pixels are represented as a matrix. Even in NLP, that is natural language processing, in certain algorithms like the bag of words, the words are represented as vectors. So matrices are used to represent them as vectors of numbers. A vector is also a matrix, which we shall be studying later on. So matrices have a lot of applications in AI, and that is why matrices are also known as the mathematics of data. Let us also see the other operations that we perform on matrices. So this includes transpose. Now this is very interesting. What we do is, in a matrix, we just interchange the rows and columns. So the rows become the columns. So if you see here, I have a matrix A where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3 here is a row. In the transpose, I make it into a column. Here similarly 4, 5, 6 is a row, and in the transpose I make it into a column. So a transpose is denoted by a to the power t or a dash. You can use any symbolism to denote a transpose. And if you see the order, this is a 2 by 3 matrix. After transposing it, it became a 3 by 2 matrix. So the rows and the columns got interchanged. Now let us understand multiplication, matrix multiplication. Now there are two parts to matrix multiplication. The first one is where you multiply the matrix with a scalar value. Scalar value means any number. So if I have a matrix A and I have a scalar value k equal to 3. So k into A would be 3 into A. So each and individual element of the matrix will be multiplied by the scalar value. So here if I say 3a, so all elements are multiplied by 3 and then I get the resultant matrix. Then next we have multiplication of matrices where I multiply two matrices. In this case, there is a rule that the columns of A, that is the first matrix, should be equal to the rows of B, that is the second matrix. So if you see here, the columns of A, this is a 2 by 2 matrix, is equal to the rows of B, that is a 2 by 3 matrix. Now when you multiply and you get the resultant matrix, we'll see how this is done. That matrix, the result would be a 2 by 3 matrix. So these two are equal, they get cancelled out. So you get a 2 by 3 matrix as your answer. How do we perform the multiplication? I have explained it through steps. So step 1 would be you take row 1 and then multiply it with the corresponding elements of column 1. So we will multiply 5 with 2 and then 1 with 1 and add these two values. So I have 5 into 2 plus 1 into 1. So that becomes 11. So the first element is 11. The remaining elements we obviously have to find out. Step 2 would be, again I take the first row and now I go to the second column. So I multiply 5 with 6, 1 with 3 and add the value. So I have 5 into 6 plus 1 into 3. This comes out to be 33. So my second element now, that is A12, becomes 33. Again, in step 3, I take the first row and the third column. So you keep on doing this till you've exhausted the columns. So here I have the third column, which is my last column also. So I will multiply 5 with 0 and 1 with 4 and then add the corresponding value. So I have 5 into 0 plus 1 into 4. So this value is 4. So now my first row is complete. So if you see, we are making a 3 by 2 matrix. So since my first row is now complete, I will go to the second row now. So I will take 2 and 3, that is the second row, and repeat the steps where I multiply it with the first column, then with the second column, and then with the third column. So in this case, I'm multiplying the second row with the first column. So 2 into 2 plus 3 into 1. So this is 7. So I get a 2 1 as 7. Then in next step, I again take the second row and multiply it with the second column. So I have 2 into 6 plus 3 into 3. So this becomes 21. So my next value becomes 21. And of course, now I have the last column left. So this is 2 into 0 plus 3 into 4. So this becomes 12 because 2 into 0 is a 0. So now I get the last value also. Now finally, I obviously write all my values together. So this becomes 11, 33, 4, 7, 21 and 12. And this of course is a 2 by 3 matrix. So this is how matrix multiplication is done. So here I've given you two questions also. You can do this on your own, and so that you understand how the matrix multiplication and transpose is done. Thank you.